All right, so have you ever picked up a horse racing race card, taken one look, and just felt like you were trying to read some kind of secret code? Well, you're definitely not alone. And in the next few minutes, we're going to crack that code together.
I mean, you see all these terms, right? C&D, RPR, maybe the word gelded and just strings of numbers. It really does look like a big alphabet soup of information, and honestly, it can feel completely overwhelming.
But here's the thing. What if I told you this document isn't actually designed to confuse you, but to inform you? By the end of this explainer, you'll see exactly how to turn this puzzle into a super powerful tool. So let's get started.
So here's our plan. We'll start by meeting the key players. Then we'll crack the numbers, learn how to read the form, see what the experts think, and then, at the end, put it all together so you can make your pick.
So yeah, let's start with that initial feeling, the punter's puzzle. Right now, it might just look like total chaos. Our goal here is to walk through it piece by piece until we get to that moment of clarity and confidence. Let's begin.
You know, every race is a story, and every story has its main characters. So the best place to start is just by meeting the contenders, the who's who of the race. This is the most straightforward part of the card, and it really builds the foundation for everything else.
For this, we're going to use this horse, Boy Named Sue, as our guide. I want you to think of this one line on the race card as his own personal sports trading card. It gives you a snapshot of everything you need to know, starting with, the core team.
So first up, of course, you've got the horse itself. Then you have the trainer. Think of them as the team's head coach. In this case, that's Ralph Fahey. And finally, the jockey, Oisin Orr, who's like the star athlete actually riding in this specific race. That's your core team, right there.
Okay, now that we know the players, let's get to the really fun part. Cracking the numbers. This is where the race card starts to reveal the real story, giving us all that hard data behind a horse's potential.
We'll start with the simple ones. The first number here is the horse's age. So, Boy Named Sue is just 2 years old. The second number, 9-9, is the weight the horse has to carry. That means 9 stone and 9 pounds. And this is really crucial because it's designed to level the playing field.
Now this is where it gets interesting. Take a look at these two columns, OR and RPR. Honestly, if you only look at 2 numbers on the entire card, make it these two. These are the performance ratings.
Okay, so OR stands for official rating. This is a number that's assigned by the sport's official handicapper. It's simple. The better the horse, the higher the number. In certain races, which are called handicaps, this rating directly determines how much weight that horse carries. So a higher rating means more weight to carry.
Then you've got RPR, which is the Racing Post rating. This one is an independent assessment from the experts at the Racing Post. Think of it like a second opinion, a performance rating that gives you a quick and dirty guide to a horse's current ability, and it isn't tied to that official weight system.
So here's the key takeaway, right? The official rating is the one that actually impacts the race conditions, like the weight. The RPR, on the other hand, is like getting an independent expert guide just for you. The real magic happens when you start to compare the two. All right, we've covered the key players and we've covered the core numbers. But every single horse has a backstory, and that's what we call the form. This is where we go from just pure data into the actual narrative of the horse's career.
This little paragraph right here, this is pure gold. It's not just stats. It's a story, a narrative written by an expert who has analyzed the horse's past performances. And wow, does it show you how much information you can pack into just a few lines.
Let's decode this. Brought along steadily kind of hints that there's some untapped potential there. Patiently ridden suggests the horse wasn't pushed to its limit. So that 7th place finish, maybe it's a bit misleading. Since gelded, that is a huge clue. It's a procedure that can really help a male horse focus and improve. And interesting now going into nurseries? Nurseries are just races for 2-year-olds. Well, that's basically the expert waving a giant flag saying, hey, pay attention to this one. So we've analyzed the horse's data and its backstory ourselves, but we're not alone in this, right? Let's look at the final 2 pieces of the puzzle, the explicit expert opinions and the market movers. This is where we follow the buzz.
A lot of race cards will have something called a spotlight verdict. This is the expert's final summary and, a lot of the time, their top pick for the race. And as you can see, our horse, Boy Named Sue, gets a very strong mention. It's probably the quickest way to get a professional opinion.
Next up, you want to look for the market movers. This is a live look at where the money is going. A mover, like One Night Thunder, is a horse whose odds are getting shorter. People are betting on it. A drifter, like She's Crafty, is the total opposite. Its odds are getting longer.
And why does this matter so much?
Well, it's the wisdom of the crowd. A horse whose odds are shortening is attracting a ton of bets, and that could signal confidence from people who are in the know. It's not a guarantee, for sure, but it is a very powerful indicator of what people are thinking.
And there you have it. We've gone from a totally chaotic puzzle to a really clear picture. You now have all the tools you need to read the card like a pro. So it's time to put it all together and make your pick, because now you're the expert.
So here it is, your 4-step checklist to use every single time. Step 1, look at the players, the horse, trainer, and jockey. Step 2, analyze the numbers, especially that OR versus RPR. Step 3, read the form to find the hidden story. And finally, step 4, check the buzz from the experts and the market.
You've learned how to read the names, the numbers, and the hidden narrative. That secret code is officially cracked. So now when you look at that race card, there's really only one question left to ask. Who's your pick?